the Copa de Malaysia looks pretty intense. It looks pretty tough. But some of us, right, can't even barely manage a KL Penang road trip in a cushy car without begging for multiple rest stops and leg stretching. People like me, you know, long legs, yes. That's just a shade over 300 kilometers. What if you had to go 2,000 kilometers and all on a motorbike? Today here with us, we have Sri, Suresh and Niranjan who ride motorbikes long distance but not just for fun. They're here to tell us a little more about the IronButt Association and all that it stands for, or perhaps all that it sits for. Welcome to VBuzz, gentlemen.
Thank you, Jane.
All right, you got to tell us a little bit about the IronButt Association. Could you tell us?
Yep. Well, we heard about our two Malaysian bikers riders. We did 5,000 kilometers in 5 days within in Malaysia.
Wow.
So we heard about this IronButt Association. So we are planning to do in international level.
Yeah.
So that's how we heard about this IronButt.
Okay.
And actually, the IronButt Association per se is actually a non-profit organization. They're actually bikers who are running this organization.
Okay.
They're based in the United States of America. The only way to attain membership into this association is to qualify one of their rides.
Okay.
So they would have a set of rides that you can attempt and get yourself certified. So this membership is only to people who have finished their stipulated
So
rides.
there isn't like a form or a sign up or something like that at
No,
all?
nothing. We always do the ride, complete the ride, and yes, then there will be documentations that we need to submit for them to review. And if you know they do not find that we have cheated our way through and all that, we'll definitely get certified, and that is by automatic a membership to IronButt Association.
And you mentioned the rides. Let's talk about the rides for a moment. There are different categories. Could you go through some of them with us?
Okay, sure. There's I'll go according to the names that they've given. They start with the Saddlesore.
Right.
Within the Saddlesore, there's 24-hour rides, there's 48-hour rides, 36-hour rides. So within the 24-hour rides, there's 1,600 kilometers, the basic one. Then they've got 2,000 kilometers and then 2,500 kilometers.
Wow.
Yeah, so the 2,000 kilometers is the most that you could do as a beginner.
All right.
Okay, that even if we want to attempt the 2,500 kilometers, we are not allowed to as a first time.
Okay, all right. So you start off slow, basically, at the end of the day. But you know, I must say it's very appropriately named, Saddlesore.
Yeah. Speaking about Saddlesore, Saddlesore 2000, you became literally the first Malaysian to ever compete in that competition. I mean, what was that experience like?
I'll let Suresh say something.
The challenging part is flag off all the way, the weather, the challenging all the way when we start off our ride from all the way from Jalan Duta to the border, all the way
to Golo, that side.
Yeah, all the way it's raining. Wow. So our challenging is on that we must reach to the border within that time. So the second part is in our border. So I have to go to the border. We have to clear all our.
We chose Monday to do it, thinking there will not be crowd, but we actually wasted 45 minutes at the Saddlesore border. This is the Bukit Kayu Hitam border. To add to the record, we actually did this in 2 countries, Malaysia to Chiang Mai, our whole journey. So apart from weather, we also had a lot of other challenges like physical. The rain also affected our physical.
I'm sure there are a lot of challenges. We're going to hear all about the challenges. We're going to go for a short commercial break. When we'll come back, we'll find out a whole lot more about the IronButt Association. Stay tuned, guys.
We've got 2 gents from the IronButt Association who have been talking to us about the endurance and how tough things are about a certain event called the Saddlesore 2000.
Yeah. You know, we were speaking about the challenges before this. You were mentioning before we went on a commercial break, it rained non-stop. But I'm sure that was not the only thing you guys went through. Could you share with us a little more?
Okay, like I also mentioned that there were a lot of things like when we planned for time, you realized that there were a lot of contingencies that would take place and delay us. So because we are fighting for time here, 24 time is of essence, and when these challenges come in, it will actually slow us down. So everything from a toilet break would delay us. So this border processing delayed us. We had also language barrier issues. In Thai we had some problem. Despite us preparing language cards and translation cards and all that, we still had some problem actually. Trying to get our message across. Okay, and some of the better experiences, the mental experiences, I would say, is that we really discovered that having a positive mental attitude would help us a lot in this, because we had to just visualize us finishing this race. At many a times, we came at a juncture where we thought we would not be able to complete the race, because we're simply behind times that we had set, benchmark times we had set, we were behind times.
It's light at the end of the tunnel.
And then Suresh will also share some experience.
Yeah, when we all the petrol pumps in Thailand, so the language is the most difficult problem for them. So we have to prepare a translate card as well we want to show them to get a petrol because we need a printed receipt. We have to collect that. Some other petrol stations still in Thailand, they don't have any printed, they're using like manual type of receipts. So even the attendant over there, when we try to explain, they can't understand what we are doing. Even we're showing the translate card, even also even their own people also can't understand the Thailand language. So they have to call their supervisors from the pump to come and to come and attend us. So there's a difficulty we will find. We are rushing. Have to
time, right?
Yeah, because the computer receipts were evidence.
Then we have to go through look for printed receipt petrol pumps. This is the most difficult challenge we are facing in the ride.
But nonetheless, they persevered.
Patience really plays a virtue. And in terms of something else, fitness, this must be really physically challenging. I mean, like we said in the beginning, to sit on a bike for such a long time. I mean, what do you do to prep yourself for such a ride in terms of fitness?
Okay, so when we decided that we would do this ride, a few months before that, we had already, first of all, we went through a selection process. 20 people were interested when we organized, we planned to do this, 20 people were interested, and we actually sort of subjected everyone to a medical checkup and to see whose bike would be suitable and whose would not be suitable. And when we came up with this final 4 to go on this team, we first started on a fitness regime, like doing cardiology exercise, try to at least, drop our weight a little bit, because, sitting inside, getting a numb butt when you're heavy.
An iron butt, that's what you
exactly. So literally our butts were numb, So I suppose the weight loss really helped, We did some exercise, cardiology exercise. We learned some. We had in our team a guy who runs a gym and all that. He showed us some good stretching techniques to do during the ride, to keep us alert and avoid cramps and all these things. And diet also.
We try to work out. We go some fitness centers. Try to work out about 3 to 4 weeks. Normally, not only for this ride. Normally, we go for the gym. We will take extra time to fit up ourselves. Diet, and try to take our diet food on that.
How long were you all actually preparing yourselves physically in terms of things? Was it 3 months, 6 months?
3 months, around 3 months.
3 months around there.
Yes,
wow.
yes.
And while you're on the ride, because energy is important, obviously. So do you stop for your breaks, or do you have something packed with you guys? Or?
Actually, we never stop any especially for foods, anything. On while in the petrol station when we're pouring a petrol. So that's our time to have something. So for the foods, we prepare our own diet foods.
Okay.
So we prepare own diet foods, some fruits and some energy drinks. That's a thing we carry in our bike.
We avoided energy drinks we kept it till for the few last couple of hours. We were actually mostly on water and fruit juices to keep ourselves hydrated.
Keep it natural at the end.
Exactly. Yes.
So all the week you cannot stop for the restroom or whatever because we will lose our time. So we have to catch on time.
Now, you mentioned something about the technical aspects. Now, I don't ride a motorbike. I don't think Jay also rides a motorbike.
A bicycle, yes, but motorbike, no.
Same, but different. But the technical issues, what are they in specific?
I would consider technical aspects into a few, comprising a few. The main thing would be actually the route management and time planning. See, everything is about the route and our time. So we plan the route, we plan the time. Of course, physically, we have covered. We also have to make sure machines are prepared for the journey,
And what sort of machines are this?
We're talking about high-powered motorcycles. So
are they like Harleys or like super?
No, we'll actually be more of sport-to-sport touring bikes.
Sport tourings.
So we have the smallest CC we had in the group was a 1000 cc bike, 1000 cc, and then up to 1400 cc. So actually, the CC really doesn't matter, but if your machine's in good condition, you would be able to complete this ride. Now that we have completed it, we feel that we can say the CC really doesn't matter. But of course, at least 600 cc and above, you should be able to complete the ride successfully.
With our GPS system, with our walkie-talkie system, for the communicate within our bikers, with our backup riders.
So it's a full-on planning system.
That's right. We had a contingency planning, such that everybody would have each other's contacts of some technical personnel. We managed to contact in Thailand. We actually had a truck following us, and this truck, 4x4 truck, in case we need to lift the bike onto the truck, they underwent some training from some good friends of ours. there was a backup rider in the car for, in case somebody cannot continue the journey, but the bike is not faulty, then he could probably ride the bike. But IronButt doesn't allow two riders to complete the, one particular ride. So if the rider is out, he's actually technically disqualified, but just to ride the bike back to a safe place.
Yeah,
so we actually had a backup, but we also discovered that the car could not keep up with the bikes, especially in the traffic, and generally we go at a higher speed, right? So these are things that we actually discovered, technical planning and all that. We can only do to a certain percentage. The most of the time, it's you and your rider. We have buddy system and.
Did you have to do something special to your bikes in order to endure this long race?
Like what Sri said, apart from GPS, and we also put additional lights, fog lamps, because we're going to be riding through the night. Some people put gel pads on the seat to get extra comfort.
And these are sanctioned by the IronButt Association.
These are allowed, but they did not recommend all these things, but they allow all this kind of additions.
I'm just wondering, why do you do what you do? It sounds like there's so much of planning going into this. Why do you do what you do? What is it about long distance riding that sort of gets you guys excited?
The first, the stimulating factor is that when we discovered no one had attempted the Saddlesore 2000 in Malaysia, we aimed to be the first to do this. It started off that way, and now that 4 of us did this right in the team, we feel that we want to, push our limits, physical and mental limits. I would say if it's about endurance riding, it's your physical limit, your mental, mental limits. And also being able to see how your motorcycles perform, basically. At the essence, we are riders. Right?
That's a motorbike, but what is it that you'll want to achieve? What is that milestone for you that you want to hit when you do this?
See, just like, say if you're a student in academics, you try to achieve the highest level of a degree, PhD, professorship and all these things. For a rider per se, I would think of this as the only means of a recognized qualification. You have documented a ride, and there's no limit to the number of rides you'll be able to do. If you visit the IronButt Association, you will see the rides even for a year long. Somebody who has covered 100,000 miles in a year. You document your ride, you submit to them. If it passes, your name appears there as a person who has done 100,000 miles in a year. 160,000 kilometers.
Yes.
Eventually, yes, I hope. We have got age on our, on our side.
Wow. So would you say that that's what you guys have planned next?
Yes, for riding per se. But if you talk about the IronButt per se, on a personal basis, I think we have achieved this as a first level. As a service to the community, I would say, as the biking community, we hope to actually set up a support group.
Okay.
Make a IronButt aspirant program. Just basically lend our advice, lend our support to anyone who wants to do this. We want to gather as much membership because as of now, there's 57 members only in Malaysia.
60,000 IronButt Association members around the world.
The world, yes.
In Malaysia, it's
57.
And you want to set up a chapter here?
If we get the membership, yes, that would be a possible direction. Set up a chapter, and we could actually organize our own rides, which is more suited to our Malaysian roads. Because Malaysia, you actually can't ride in a straight line for more than 1,000 kilometers. You have to make a circle. And when you look into the technical aspects of this, when there's a route which is in circular of nature, there's chance that somebody can just hop across and cheat, you see. So there are technical aspects we need to look at when you concentrate only in Malaysia.
Wow.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
best of luck with your Malaysian chapter. I hope you get it done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Definitely. And you know what? On tomorrow's show on VBuzz, KL's first comprehensive arts and culture festival is right around the corner, and we speak to organizing chairperson Datin Sunita Rajakumar to find out what's in store.
Shalmaraz Shekaran, the president of the child advocacy group Voice of the Children, is also here to share with us how they look out for the welfare and protection of children in Malaysia.
Wow, and we tag along with the global shapers of KL on a meal packing project for Spotlight.
And in Motivate, Activate, we bring to you the coverage of the most anticipated TEDx KL 2015, the conference Infinity and Beyond.
Of course, as always, guys, keep writing to us, vbuzz@astro.com.my. It feels like we've been saying that for infinity, but that's the email address for all your comments, suggestions, anything and everything. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at VBuzz_HD. Yes, it's right there as well. Go there, turn the button from blue to green. Yes, that's right. From me, Jay Walia.
And myself, Roshan, blue to green. Bye-bye now.
Good night.